want to delay or even reverse the aging process, or heal yourself from things that doctors cannot heal, or develop a whole host of supernatural abilities. Ordinary people are doing these things and more, including me, and it all happens when you awaken your extraterrestrial DNA. I will explain in this video what that means and how to do that, and share some exercises near the end of the video so that you may start to awaken your Starseed DNA and claim your superhuman gifts. We are virtually all Starseeds to greater or lesser degree. Evidence supports, if not proves altogether, that we are a seeded species. And 200,000 years ago, proto-human just kind of disappeared and modern human just kind of showed up with new DNA, new genetics, never before found, no genetic linking, and our DNA is largely unchanged in 200,000 years. And other patterns of evolution really support this theory, which is likely to become a fact, that we are indeed a seeded species. And the different extraterrestrial groups that have influenced human evolution, that have seeded our population, all possess different gifts. So depending on what your Starseed type is, will determine what type of dormant DNA that you have, and when you start to awaken that dormant DNA, what type of supernatural, superhuman gifts that you will develop. So how we flip our dormant DNA on is what we're going to discuss right now. I don't feel like this is an accident. I feel like we have dormant DNA. It's been purposefully implanted within us by our extraterrestrial elders as part of our spiritual growth and evolution. So as we continue to raise our vibration and raise our frequencies, once it reaches certain thresholds, it starts to awaken certain dormant DNAs. So we have an awakening when that happens. And then when we continue to evolve, we continue to fine-tune our energy, to increase our frequencies, increase our vibration to the next threshold, then it flips on more DNA codes, more genetic codes, and then we develop more superhuman and supernatural abilities. So this is all really a process of spiritual evolution and growth. And all spiritual growth starts with developing a meditation practice and starting to work with energy and work with frequency and vibration that way. Now, our dormant DNA can awaken spontaneously. That does happen, but that is rare. For most of us, it's a process of spiritual growth and evolution, of raising the frequency and vibrations, and the higher they go, the more of those dormant strands. You know, scientists used to call that junk DNA until they realize, or they're starting to realize, it's not junk. But anyway, I digress. But I think that you get the idea. So, meditation and presence, the more you can practice presence, the more you can reach that state where you're not a body, you're not a name, you're not even a human, your energy, your frequency, you're one with spirit. The more you're able to dwell in that level of frequency, the more you start to raise your frequencies. Now, you also want to work with the heart center. So we talk a lot about heart-brain coherence and various processes. In yoga, there's pranayamas, there's other meditations. But heart-brain coherence is a very simple, very succinct practice based on both science and ancient spirituality, where you systematically increase the frequency of the heart, and as the heart comes into coherence, the brain comes into coherence, and then when these organs blend, we blend with spirit and we start to raise our frequencies that way. So we want to work with meditation, we want to work with presence daily, we want to work with the heart. Now, we also want to do chakra work and different types of energy work. Many ways of doing that: yoga, tai chi, qigong. But work with opening your chakras. You can work with the 7 chakra system, but even better, work with the 12 chakra system. So we're going to flash videos. We already did for heart-brain coherence. We're going to flash another one on the 12 chakra system also. And also do a lot of work in nature. The more you can feel the flows in nature, the more that's going to help to activate the flows through your body. The more freely energy flows through you, the more it clears obstruction and blocks. So we want to deprogram from society also. But the more that we can be in the flow and the more we can clear energy cogs, the higher our frequencies are going to be, and the more we're going to awaken our dormant DNA. So we can do that, and doing different types of breath work, working with chi, working with prana. But let's dive into a few specific exercises that we can do also. The 12th chakra system is going to be a topic on Spirit Mind Family, which is our inner core community. So if you want to dive deeper into that and other topics we cover here, we'll leave information on that and how to join. So the first exercise, getting back to nature again, learn to hold the trees and hug the trees and consciously feel the energy going through the trees. And you can do that with the rocks. Learn how to be very present in nature and just have your heart open and just be open and present to feel the energy. And when you start to get better, when you start to feel the flow more, when you start to get more present and more aware of the subtle vibration, then walk around the woods and find the portals. There's natural energy portals within the woods or the desert or wherever you happen to be in nature. So work with that. That's exercise number 1. The next one is a specialized breathing process that works with the natural flows of universal prana and personal prana or energy. And the way that you do this is you get very relaxed and you start with the exhale. And as you exhale, you feel energy from above gathering above your head in what's called the soul star chakra. So allowing the higher transpersonal chakras to gather in the soul star chakra. And as you're exhaling, feel like the energy goes down through your head, through your center line, through all the chakras. As you're gently, consciously squeezing from top to bottom and squeezing the energy down through your root and then through your legs and into the Earth Star chakra right below your feet. And then as you inhale, gently draw the energy up from the earth, let it gather in your Earth Star chakra, and gently squeeze the energy up through your center line. It can even do a double helix, a spiral up your chakras. And at the top of the inhale, bring the energy up about 6 inches over the head to the soul star chakra and see the energy disperse upward. And then repeat, do that breathing. Exhale. As you exhale, you consciously bring the energy of the cosmos down through you and into the earth. And as you inhale, you consciously bring the prana, the chi, the earth's kundalini up through your center line and up to the heavens, up to the cosmos. Do that about 10 minutes at a time every day, and that's going to really do a lot to raise your frequency, especially if you're practicing your presence and you're doing your heart work, your heart expansion work. Another thing you can do is work with Solfeggio frequency 963. That's the crown chakra frequency, and it's through the crown that we start to connect with our higher consciousness and with our extraterrestrial guides and our spirit guides to assist us in awakening our dormant extraterrestrial DNA. So another thing that you can start to do is just do some simple stargazing. And you can do a meditation indoors and visualize the stars, or sit outside and just watch the stars. And then as you're watching the stars, call in your extraterrestrial guides and helpers and see them and feel them. Imagine that they gather around you. And then just be very relaxed. Keep your heart open and ask them for information. And by doing this again as a daily exercise, the more you connect with the stars and the cosmos, the more you invite that higher intelligence of our advanced extraterrestrial civilizations to assist you in awakening your dormant DNA that way. Now, you can also work with affirmations. When you do affirmation, you start to reprogram your mind. We are naturally wired to develop and to awaken our DNA, but our programming, our belief system, and all that stuff blocks it. So as you do your affirmations or other reprogramming techniques, you start to shift your consciousness, you start to shift your energy, and that's going to aid and abet all these other techniques and aid and abet your ability to open your dormant DNA. So do affirmations. If you can pattern them in 3 6s or 9s, you tap into that very powerful 369 code. Or in other words, repeat words 3 times, or use 3 different adjectives to describe a single intention, or do 3 different verses, stuff like that. And saving the best for last, work with your own sound current and sound vibration. The proper sound and the proper tone works in your system and your energy fields in a certain way to raise your vibration. and thereby certain sound frequencies awaken dormant DNA. It increases the threshold of energy to flip them on. Working with the Om, simple oming, 15 seconds of Om. Om. Bringing the energy up with the Om through your center line to the top of your head. Do that last which is really an M and an NG combination. That should be about a third of the Om. So do daily Oms. Or another exercise, which is really powerful, is you get very relaxed. Call your extraterrestrial guides or your ascended masters in. Feel like your crown opens up, your third eye in your throat, and feel energy from your guides coming through either your crown or the back of your neck or your throat or simultaneously. And just make sounds. This is called toning. I do this when I work with the master teachers. When you guys do the channeling work with me, this is exactly how I do it. And with a little bit of practice, they're going to make the proper tones through you at the proper note and the proper frequency to optimize your DNA awakening, your ET-DNA awakening. And the last thing on the list is really to learn how to call in and work with your extraterrestrial guides. So what we're going to do is direct your attention to a video that's going to teach you exactly how to do that. So practice these things, work with your guides, and continue to awaken your dormant DNA and awaken your superhuman gifts, and you're going to be amazed. You're going to be amazed by what gifts that you really have and what you're really able to do. Namaste.